seem to be pushing more towards the west that is happening in Kampala. That should be a lot of west that we're talking about, because the whole of Kampala city seems to be flooding every time it rains. That should be pretty much a lot of west.
And what's disturbing is that they're blaming it on the blockages of solid waste management.
Yes.
And yet they should own up as KCCA and own up and make sure that the drainage system they build has the capacity to contain all the waters that flow in the city of Kampala.
It's quite visible that it's the drainage and less the solid waste that they're talking about.
Now, moving on from that story,
yes.
Uganda police has aired out concerns of negligence in observing the SOPs against COVID-19, saying the public has continuously taken the pandemic matter lightly.
Now, the police mouthpiece Fred Enanga said the public doesn't use protective gears while in crowds, such as wearing a mask, face guards, gloves, and observing social distancing. Let's look at that story.
Fred Enanga, the spokesperson for Uganda Police, has said that police is working tooth and nail to bring to an end the tremendous spread of the COVID-19 disease that has seen its way in almost all the parts of the country, with the most recent ones being Kampala, Wakiso, Adjumani, Kitgum, Kiryandongo, Elegu, Kabale, and many others, as reported by the Ministry of Health.
Continue to enforce mechanisms of curbing the spread of coronavirus in our country. You're all aware that this is a pandemic that continues to affect a number of districts across the country. Just yesterday, the Ministry of Health indicated a number of places where there were contacts and alerts, and these included Kampala, Kitgum, Zombo, Wakiso, Adjumani,
He stated that in the last 3 days, Kampala alone has registered 515 cases, with 190 cases being registered just yesterday, and that the nation stands at an approximate of 4,291 cases.
After confirming 190 new COVID-19 cases, bringing the cumulative confirmed cases to 4,291. So you can really see the way this virus is actually spreading across the country. I think very soon we shall have all districts, if we don't come up with the measures of containment.
Enanga further said that police is finding a trying moment to effect its roles, especially when dealing with congested areas like arcades, taxi parks, markets, and others, and henceforth urged Ugandans to take heed of the presidential directives and Ministry of Health guidelines against COVID-19, as the disease is indiscriminate.
It's challenging for people in congregated settings like in markets, arcades, in taxi parks, some of these open spaces, to observe these protocols 100%. But we really don't need to continue being compliant.
Mr. Enanga used the same platform to denounce the continued disregard of COVID-19 guidelines by members of the public, saying that the released data from the Ministry of Health as the opening of Nambole National Stadium as a facility to treat people should send a call of urgency to all Ugandans.
I think very soon we shall have all districts, if we don't come up with the measures of containment, you'll find all regions and districts affected with this virus. Over the last 3 days alone, 515 confirmed cases.
Rukabwetini and Edith Nabageleka for Select News.
Well, thank you for that story. With the numbers increasing every day, the most we can do is ask the public to follow the SOPs.